Hello, welcome back to southern Sweden. Thanks for all the love on last week's octopus video. There he is. But this week we have another big creative endeavour with another special guest who got in touch with us after our appeal for artists to come and get involved here and leave their mark. So this week Tobias is here from Gothenburg and he is going to tackle the wall. the wall up there. I'm going to go get a different vantage point. So some of you may remember my idea was to wallpaper that wall with a picture of what this view from here would look like if we hadn't built the studio. So basically what you would have seen hovering in midair, if that had been possible, from this point before we'd done anything. So you would see the rest of the barn, which used to be there, as a sort of, time capsule in black and white, so it looks kind of old, printed on a laser printer, sheet by sheet, A4, with a kind of half-tone effect on it. So when you're up close, you can't really see what it is. That's the idea. It will just look like some kind of mad black and white dots on that wall. Only when you come over here will it all be revealed to be a giant picture. I don't know. What's it going to look like? Is it going to make people feel sick when they look at it? Like, oh, this just doesn't make sense. What am I looking at? I don't know. I think it's going to look just interesting and a conversation piece. So last night, Tobias and his family arrived and we spent quite a long time on the computer messing around. I don't have Adobe anymore because I'm boycotting them because they're an evil load of bastards. So we're using Pixelmator Pro, which is my new favorite thing because it's pretty good and it's cheap and you don't have to pay a subscription. RE, the aforementioned bastards, you do have to pay a subscription. We also used Affinity Photo, which is okay, a bit annoying, but also not that expensive and no subscription. And we used Preview, good old-fashioned Preview. And we basically took a still from a drone shot that I did just before we started building the studio. We measured the wall upstairs. I took a photo of the wall as it is now upstairs, and we basically tried to get a very accurate, full-size picture in the computer, basically 10 meters by 5 meters picture in the computer of the wall as it is now and with the overlay that we want. And then using Affinity Photo, we basically split it into, I think it's 490 individual sheets, which with a bit of luck, when wallpaper pasted onto that wall, is going to just look like one thing. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't look like one thing. It will look cool if you can see, okay, some lunatics stuck 500 sheets of A4 paper on this wall. What the hell were they thinking? That's what I'm hoping. Anyway, please subscribe if you haven't already. Is this complete madness? This whole place is complete madness, so it's going to fit perfectly. All right, let's see what happens. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just start printing it out. I've just been to buy some paper. They only had one pack left, so we've kind of got one shot at this. Otherwise I'll have to go out and get more paper. We're going to just print like maybe a quarter of it out, and we're going to lay it out on the floor in the live room so that we can look down on it from the balcony and just check that the resolution is good, because we've gone in Pixelmator Pro. There's a very nice halftone effect, like filter thing, and you can really easily adjust the size of the dots. I went for kind of maximum size because I wanted it to look as kind of trippy as possible when you're close up. So yeah, we're just going to test to see if the effect works before we start putting it on the wall. So yeah, let's get printing. Okay, fast forward a few hours and yeah, we've learned some lessons already. I hate to say it, but don't buy the fake ink cartridges, because we are on our third ink cartridge now, our toner cartridge. There was one in the printer already, which I think was quite an old one. I'd bought a cheap one from Amazon just as a backup, but pretty soon after we started, the original one that I had started doing weird lines. So then we switched to the new one, which did maybe, I don't know, 50 prints, and then it just started doing this kind of mad sort of ghosting thing. It just looks terrible. So then we tried to fix the original one. Anyway, it was a bit of a disaster. So I now just went and paid 80 euros for an original Hewlett-Packard printer cartridge, and it's printing very nicely, touch wood. So yeah, we're kind of at the stage where we can tell, is this going to work or not? And I think it is going to work. Obviously you can still see the little joins because we're just sort of laying it out, but I think once this is pasted on the wall, I think it's going to look really good. So yeah, only another 350 sheets to print. Well, it's taking shape slowly. I have to say, I'm not 100% fully relaxed about this. Although Tobias there keeps on saying, trust the process. That's his mantra. And yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board with trust the process, as long as it includes tweak the process whilst trusting the process. It's also very hot up there, which you can probably tell from my my kind of drowned rat-like appearance. It's very hot today. Lovely and cool in the studio because of all that insulation. But I think the effect, the magical effect, the way that our brains basically lose the dots, the further away you get, the better it looks. Maybe if you're in Denmark, it looks really perfect. Tobias, I think if I'm over here, I'm over here by the snooker table, which is where this will be enjoyed from the most whilst playing a game of pool over here. You will glance up over there and experience the trippiness of looking back in time. And I think it's going to be really cool. It's just one of those things where you have to trust the process. It's just slow, it just takes a long time, and it reveals itself very slowly. And I guess at some stage we will be either like, yes, this is actually really, really cool, or we'll be like, yeah. No, we won't ever be like that. It will be really cool. Okay, not being negative. All right, let's keep going. Well, you remember yesterday when I said I looked like a drowned rat? Well, it's even more the case today, because today has been a massive pain in the arse, no two ways about it. It went from feeling like everything was just golden this morning, nothing could stop us. Printer's working, everything's cool, we've got enough paper, we've judged the size correctly, all that stuff. And then what happened this morning? But the printer broke again. That's the third time, the third toner cartridge. So I think maybe just it's the printer that's at fault. But Tobias has nearly finished side A. He's just doing the top little bits now. I just got back from the copy shop. I've printed side B, at the copy shop. It's down there waiting to be chopped up and stuck on. This has genuinely been more complicated than I thought it would be. Mainly actually just because the printer's a pile of shit. Otherwise I think it would have been alright. And Tobias is doing an amazing job. He's a real artist. I mean, this is kind of precision work. Man, it looks just through the lens here. It looks like you are kind of leaning over a dangerous precipice, and you need to be careful because you're going to fall off the edge. Yeah, man. It's totally incredible. I love how spotty it is up close. It's like a two-tone record sleeve or something. I need to go and jump in the village pool. That's what I'm going to do now. And then I'll be back and we'll finish side 2. Go. All right, that's the last one. So one thing that we've noticed is that we were obviously a little bit off because there's a white edge at the top there. So we were clearly not so precise with mapping this out. So my plan is I'm going to go and print basically a load of black with white dots, and we can just patch in around the edge. I think no one will ever know. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But man, this is looking totally incredible. I think somehow it looks even better on camera than in the flesh, you know. So you don't really see the dots so much. So one thing that's been kind of buzzing around my head the whole time as this has been going up is, should the halftone have been a little smaller, like a bit of a finer texture, so that you would see a bit more of a clear image while you're up here. And I've been kind of, as it's been going up, I've been sort of thinking, oh shit, maybe it should have been a bit finer. But now that it is basically all up, I think this was the right decision, because what's really cool about being up here now is that it's just I mean, actually on the camera I can see it looks a bit more like a picture on the camera, but when you're here in person it's just a very beautiful pattern. And especially up here, this bit where you get a lot of contrast in that middle bit there. And you can see these shapes coming in and stuff, but you don't really think about what it is. You just sort of think, I'm standing next to quite an unusual texture. And yeah, I don't know, it's hard to describe. Does it make it feel smaller up here, do you think, Tobias? Does it make this, does it lean over you as you're up here? It just kind of makes it interesting. It's just a really interesting space to be in.
Like, the brain isn't really able to figure out the shapes really. It's more, how should I say, like blobs of black and white. You can't really compute, I think, the depth in the image.
Yeah.
When you're up close.
Yeah. Which is what we said at the beginning. It would be cool if that was the case. And yeah, I guess we were right. We knew exactly what we were doing. That looks so cool. It's Alp charming, that's something dream. Alp.
Nightmare.
Nightmare! Oh my god, look at that. Wow, you really have to come here to see this for yourselves. Really inspiring, man.
Thank
you so
Thanks
much.
for having me.
Yeah, man. Wow. It's really convincing, actually, when all the ladders have gone and everything. Tobias, what can I say? Thank you so much, man. Yeah, once again, just so inspiring to work with somebody else artistically on this place. All right, well, that's that for this week. Yeah, next week, not sure, but something. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. Thanks again, Tobias. That was a really good laugh. And I will see you next week. So until then, look after each other. Lots of love and